Colorado is still the primetime team in college football. I'm Robin Lundberg here with Claudette Montana. And Claudette, Colorado gets that win over Colorado State in double OT, but they lose Travis Hunter in the process thanks to that late hit, dirty hit, really. Can they keep it up without Hunter?
Well, he's obviously one of their best players, plays on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. And Colorado's really getting one of their bigger tests in the next couple of weeks, playing Oregon on the road at Autzen Stadium, which is not easy, and then playing USC at home. I still think even at full strength, both these teams are better than Colorado, but certainly having a guy like Travis Hunter available to you would only give you your best shot at winning. Well,
look, Colorado saved their season by winning that game against Colorado State. The memes and the mockery would have been out of this world. You would have, needed to put sunglasses on to deal with all the screen time you'd have having seen those things because, they were 20-something point favorites in that game. They've already run 3 times as many games as they won last season. So, yeah, it's going to be hard for them to keep it up without Travis Hunter, but I do think the pressure was taken off by them getting that win. I do think it would behoove the Buffs here to maybe relax a little bit. I like the bravado, but, they're getting themselves perilously close to that embarrassing line with some of the way they've been a little in your face.
One team, though, that is expected to be a national contender is the Alabama Crimson Tide. They had a very, I would say, disappointing win over South Florida, only winning by 14 points, which begs the question, how bad is it for Bama, Robin?
It's not that bad. I mean, it's good for college football. This is the first time Alabama's been outside the top 10 since 2015. So they're supposed to win the championship every year and beat every inferior team by 40 or 50 points. I mean, I know that's kind of been the way it has been, but Alabama is still a prominent program. Hence the fact that we're even having this conversation because they had a bad win.
I disagree with you just because I think that when you're talking about Alabama, the standard is just so different. For most teams, being ranked number 13 in the country would be a huge win. For them, it's just a standard for Nick Saban and for the Alabama Crimson Tide. To be 34-point favorites over a team like South Florida, only win by 14 points, not score a touchdown until the second half. These are all big issues and I think reason for Crimson Tide fans to maybe hit the panic button just a little bit.
Well, yeah, they do have to figure out what they're doing at quarterback. Speaking of quarterback, it is usually the position that holds the Heisman Trophy at the end of the season. So a few weeks into said season right now, Claudette, who would you give your Heisman to right now if you had to choose?
I mean, just take a look at this bad boy right here. I'm going with my USC Trojans, Caleb Williams. I think he's still the best quarterback in college football right now, one of the best players in college football. They had a bye this week, so he didn't get to beef up his stats, but still, such a talented guy. Obviously won the Heisman last year. I just see him doing it again. I will say, though, keep your eye on Washington quarterback Michael Penix Jr. He's coming off his 3rd consecutive 400-yard game. Played really great against Michigan State. What about you?
Come on, right now it's got to be Shedeur Sanders. The way Colorado has stormed onto the scene and Shedeur has led the way, including leading that comeback in double OT for the Buffs. I'm not saying he'll necessarily be there at the end of the season, but he's certainly, raised his stock when it comes to the Heisman and NFL draft boards. And he went into Tom Brady mode, as he said it, for all the recruiting and all the turnover on that Colorado roster. It was Deion's son, Coach Prime's son, that's made the biggest difference.
He's certainly going to need to turn on Brady mode this week against the Oregon Ducks when they play Oregon in Eugene, for sure.